Hey everybody, welcome back to my Final Fantasy VII Remake. Any character versus, or solo, yeah, I don't even need to say it anymore. So the next boss fight's in Shinra Tower. Huh, interesting. I actually thought there was one before that, I must have forgot. But yeah, the next boss fight's in Shinra Tower and we get to use Barret. Yay, he's actually good. Okay, honestly, Barret's really not that bad. I just meant like, he's actually pretty good in this fight. And so let's see. Do I do anything super crazy in this? Cleansing, because you can't get poisoned. But I don't even think I ever really used it. Yeah, I don't think I used it in this fight. Overall, like this whole thing was just basically me just kind of building up my limit break. That's how I was doing damage with him for the most part. Cause this boss does have ads, but really they're not as obnoxious as like the Abzu shoats, you know, with their diving tackles and headbutts. So you're not getting like super overwhelmed by the ads, you know, because I think there's only like four or five of them, maybe six, I think at most. I'll have to count it, but most of the time, like I never really had to deal with them because like my allies were taking care of them, like drawing their aggro for the most part, and I was able to kind of focus on the boss most of the time. No, I should say all the time. I never really paid any attention to the ads. I never really felt the need to. The only time I like hit him was when I was trying to use Maximum Fury and it like auto-targeted one like the enemy closest to me. Because I don't usually typically use the lock-on. Yeah, I don't usually use the lock-on on the bosses or something like that. I don't really use lock-ons a whole lot in games. I tend to kind of like my freedom, you know, to be able to move around, I guess. But and if I really needed to target a specific thing, I would just use like the slowdown menu, you know, because it's there, might as well use it, right? You can use it to also like take some time and think about what you're gonna do next. It's kind of nice. Like the Final Fantasy VII Remake has this feature where you're able to basically slow down time and just kind of make options on top of being able to like, you know, quickly use moves. I'm mostly just kind of stalling for time until the cutscene's done. Hojo's so good in this game though. I'm not even gonna lie, Hojo's really good. They did a really good job with him, making him seem like the complete mad scientist that he is. Dude's got no fear either, I tell you. Now, this thing is really grotesque looking though. I'm really looking forward to like what crazy bosses they add in Rebirth. It's really close now too. We're getting there. Yeah, see, that's like the most harmful thing that they do really, was just come up there and bash me. So okay, I used refocus and then used haste, used barrier, and then basically just kind of started. So I always tried to make sure if I used overcharge, I didn't have a full ATB gauge, and if I did, I would just use the ATB gauge and then use overcharge afterwards. It's always how I use Barret. I'm pretty sure that's how other people do it too. I'm pretty sure my tech isn't really like this cutting edge type stuff. The way I play the game is not cutting edge or anything like that. Yeah, see, the only time like Maximum Fury, like when it would just automatically lock on it. So usually if I was trying to use Maximum Fury and I wanted to hit something, I would just stop the game. I'd just use like the safety. And see, when you see that little pink mist that he shoots out there, like, if you get hit by it, I believe he poisons you with it. And for the most part, his first phase, he likes to use that ability, and then he also rakes you, which you saw him do, where he runs at you and slaps you like that. And when that happens, you just block it, and you get free ATB gauge off of it, because with steadfast block, you know, unlike that time. And then a lot of the, like, and you can just have it just build up your limit gauge. I don't think I use it right now. I was like saving it for, I was saving it for the next phase. And the Noxious Fumes, he was about to cast the poison everywhere. Now he's gonna jump over here, and this is where he jumps into the next phase. And then, like, the reason why I didn't focus on the ads, because if you do kill them, he just respawns more of them. So it's 5 of them. Okay. So it's 5 of them at a time, and that's why I never really focused on him, because if you kill the ads, he just spawns more of them. So best just to focus on the boss. So I saved my limit break gauge for this. There's also something else you can do if you want to keep your allies alive. Just cast regen on them. And then just let them have like passive healing if you want to keep them alive to basically like draw aggro and stuff. Well, I guess that attack's kind of mean. Spinner. But they don't do as much damage as the Abzu shots. Like, yeah, sure, they're up in my face, but I've never felt like I needed to get them away from me. Although that could have been kind of crazy. Because, like, yeah, what happens if I got attacked by one of them, you know, at the same time that he was using Rake, where he comes at me and stuff. Regrowth. I think this is where he... I think that... Regrowth? Oh, no, no, no. I destroyed his arm. So he was, like, regenerating his arm or something like that. I did, like, because that big arm that he uses to basically spew poison everywhere, which is what he's going to do right now. And it didn't hit me. I'm surprised. I thought it was in the midst of that. But my allies are dead, and it's basically just a straight up solo fight with Barret now. And look, I almost have another limit break gauge. I don't think you would be getting as much limit breaks without the goddamn run. The God or Dameron. Jeez, the way I say that, it sounds funny. Like I'm saying, goddammit. I just made sure barrier was up when he did his physical attacks. Yeah, at this point, I think he's the only, like, that's the only enemy left of the ads, aside from him. So I think maybe if you keep him alive, he won't spawn more of them. No, there's another one. He was just hiding. He's just hanging out in the back. I don't know what he was doing. Summon Ifrit. Because, yes, he is weak to fire. Do I have elemental fire on? I do not. I don't. Wait, maybe he's not weak to fire. But there is a reason I used Ifrit. No, he has to be weak to fire. Don't quote me on that. It's been like, what, a week or so since I last recorded this, probably. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter. I'm like sucked back into Monster Hunter like everybody else. I'm gonna use my limit break again. Yeah, see, I'm not like using my limit breaks immediately when I get them, because I was just like, especially for this phase. Now that this is the final phase, the final phase, I'm gonna use my limit break every chance I get. But I was holding on to him like the first 2 phases, like get him through the first 2 phases. Yeah, see, this was bad. I was like, oh, dude, I'm so dead, because I just remember now seeing that in this phase he has the ads cast self-destruct like that. You see what happened there? I think with any of my other characters I might have been dead, but I was blocking, so I think it might have helped. But then like I got knocked down, so I don't think I blocked it. So yeah, I made sure I got poison off. So I did use poisoner. Yeah, of course. I didn't want that taking me down. There's some free big dick damage by Ifrit. Oh, 4,300. That's not as much as if the enemy was actually weak to it. So I don't think... Yeah, regurgitate. This is when he shoots out more ads. And since he's in this final phase and you can see him all Mako'd up or whatever, they're going to self-destruct. So now when he summons them, they're just going to blow themselves up. I think if you get close to him... Yeah, it's like if you get close to them, they're just gonna self-destruct on you. Jeez, I really needed to set up a strat on how to deal with this. Maybe it's just Barret's tankiness. That was the whole reason why I was able to do this. It's like Barret was just so tanky, he could tank the self-destructs and it didn't even matter. Like, so I don't really know whether or not to tell people this is an easy fight. I think it was. It didn't take me that long to do. I guess just watch out for self-destructs in the end. And I guess if you got Barret, tank it. There you go. Just tank the whole thing. When in doubt, tank it out. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.